So I've never really looked at speaking Chinese or Urdu or Vietnamese as like a crazy skill that I possess. But since making these videos, and especially since coming to New York City and being surrounded by all these languages, it's kind of made me realize that you know, I'm able to communicate with a lot of people that other people can't, and that they can't connect to on like a cultural level, on a personal level, because language is just an instant connection. And I realized I've never really talked about learning languages on this channel, at least not since I've started making videos in English. I haven't really talked about my language learning journey, anything. But today we're in Flushing, New York City, which is where probably like the biggest Chinese community lives here. We're crossing the street where we're when he has a green light. And so I thought I'd speak some Chinese and just talk a little bit about language learning and take you guys along my journey over the past, what has it been, 12, 14 years that I've been learning languages. Let's do it. I think there's no better way to start off this video than with one of my favorite foods in the whole world, shengjian bao. Let me get it and then I'll explain what it is. 你好，请问你们这儿的生煎包是怎么卖的？是一套吗？还是？
小份的6块，大份的8块。
还行，来一个小份的。好。能刷卡吗？还是只收？能刷卡吗？还是只收现金？好。8块是吧？啊，6块是吧？好。
Hello， 谢谢。
还有醋吗？
给你放进去了。
啊，好，谢谢。
放袋子里面吗？
好，谢谢。Awesome. So what these are is they're basically, you guys kind of saw, they're basically, if you know what a bao is, a baozi, it's like a dough bun thing filled with meat usually, or other filling. And then what they do with these is they'll pan fry them, and they're really delicious. I had them a lot when I was in Shanghai. It was one of my favorites. A lot of times they have soup in them. I think these don't. Last time I was here, I actually asked. I don't know where I want to eat these. I'm just gonna go sit in a park and eat these, or maybe just on the side of the road. Just over here is going to become our makeshift little table. I'm a simple guy. I don't oh, gonna jaywalk to get across the street if we can get around this bus, or we're gonna go in front of the bus. Damn these planes, dude! I've been trying to film so many times and the planes keep coming in. Is there? Yeah, we'll make this a makeshift seat. I don't know where else to eat. I started learning plane take number 5. I started learning when I was like 12 years old. I started learning Chinese, and I don't know, it's just I was always up for a challenge. I was just interested in Asia, and I started learning Chinese. And that's been like 12 years now, so I'm 24 now, so I've been learning Chinese 12 years. Let's break up this talking with a bite. Ooh, this looks delicious. Also, a lot of people correct me and say this is soy sauce. It's not, it's vinegar. China has a black vinegar. I've also studied in China, so I studied linguistics while I was in China. I was there about a year and a half, traveling as well as studying. Although I skipped most of my classes to travel. I'm not a good student. If you guys have ever wondered, I finally get to explain. You guys may hear me sometimes say like, ay, ay, yo, "ayo" in my videos. That's actually a habit that I picked up because in Chinese, when they're kind of like, "Oh my god" or "Oh my gosh," it's like "ayo." So I just like say that randomly. It's just become such a habit from when I was in China and never died. Doesn't matter if I'm speaking English, what language I'm speaking. That's like the one thing that like always comes out. "Ayo." And so my journey with Chinese and China is actually really, there's a lot to it. But essentially, like after learning Chinese for so long and being in, you know, living in China for so long, not too long in China, I was just kind of getting bored and I just wanted to do something else. And so my first experience with another culture, because I always thought I was only gonna learn Chinese and live in China. And then my first experience with another culture was when I went to Nepal. I had been to other countries, but I just had no desire to learn the language or really stay there. And so I went to Nepal. I never really learned their language. I tried. It was really hard because there was no resources. And then I just started learning Vietnamese. And I went to Vietnam. And I stayed there 3 years. And I realized, like, wow, like I can learn languages other than just Chinese. I always thought like I was only good at Chinese. And then like I got really good at Vietnamese. And then I was like, wow, I can do this other stuff. So then I started learning Urdu, and then I started learning all these other languages. And there's just something about language that brings people together. 你好，你这个汤葫芦是怎么卖的？5块钱。5块钱一个。
这个山楂糕来的6块，这个。
这个是用什么做的呢？
是中国一种水果。
是什么水果呢？
叫做山楂。山楂。
我以前在中国那边吃了很多次。
是吗？
那很久没有吃过，应该有6年了。
有6年了，你去哪里？
很久了，对。
说的很好啊，你对。
没您的好呢。您是中国哪里人呢？
我是广东的。
广东的。广州。您会说广东话是吧？
我广州的，我是广州的，就是离那个香港很近那个。
那你来这边多久了
？10多年了已经。
那很久了。
但是不会说英语，因为我没有接触。
因为这里根本不用啊，对吧？
就是不用的，这老是想学一点就是 How are you
其实这个基本上，如果您卖这个汤葫芦就够了。How are you 是一个。
不是，主要就是要和面对面的接触说话，就很容易
对文化交流这种。
对很好啊！你在哪里地方呢？
在中国吗？
对，
我在长沙。
湖南。
对，湖南。对，离广东也很近。
很近的。
现在坐高铁只要1个半小时。
哎呀，说的很好啊。
行，我来一个那个汤葫芦吧。
要一个，好的。
5刀是吧
？5块钱。
好。
来一个很好。
那您卖这个卖了多久呢
？1个多月了嘛。
1个多月了。那之前您是干什么的呢？
我之前做那个保姆，这就是田着带孩子。主要现在这个情况呢，就没有的做了。现在呢
不给做了是吧？大家都有点怕。
又说我年纪大了，不想要了，所以我就没办法来。
这个也不错，其实我也蛮想吃汤葫芦。
那你
看到您在
你就经常
行。
你住在这里吗？
没有，我是科州人，科罗拉多州。我就来这儿玩。
来这里玩。
对。对，我爸爸来自这儿，但我是第一次来。对。
这样好。
对。
那谢谢你啊。
那您来这儿比我还要久。
有女朋友了吗？你这么好。
See what I mean about language, just bridging people and culture, just how excited she was and open and talking. She saw the camera, she was a little bit frightened by it. She just kept looking at it, but then she completely forgot about it while talking. All right, this is one of my favorite fruits, or one of my favorite desserts. It's called 糖葫芦. It's just basically like fruit with crystallized sugar on it. And this one's shanta. I actually don't know what the English is for it. Shanta. Let me. How do I open this? Filming and doing things at the same time is extremely tough. It is a skill. Let's see. Ooh. This is a new way of filming. Alright, let's take a bite. I already took a bite, but let's take my first fake bite again for the camera. She did a good job for only having sold it for a month. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's just fruit with sugar on it. Language. Yeah, first thing people notice when I learn a language, or speak a language rather, is my pronunciation. They're like, how the heck do you sound like a native? Guys, I'll let you in on a secret. You don't have to know a lot of a language to sound like a native. If you just have good pronunciation, everybody thinks you're a genius at it. So a lot of languages I learned, like Urdu for example, or Vietnamese when I first started, even Chinese when I first started. Like I didn't really know that much, but people spoke to me in the language. They're like, wow, you're so good. And like people remember you from apart as opposed to other people. Because pronunciation is like, especially for some of these harder languages, like people just don't. Let's sit in this park. Look like a creep filming ourselves in a little children's park. People just like don't learn pronunciation well. And so when you can speak a language almost like, you don't have to be perfect, but almost like a native, it really blows people away. Now the way I learn pronunciation is with this tool called IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet. It's not for everyone. It's a very scientific way of learning. So essentially, am I filming? Good thing I was. Essentially, it's like tongue placement, mouth position, mouth shape. Very scientific and analytical way to learn pronunciation. And that's how I learned it so accurately. I spend weeks perfecting my pronunciation before I even begin learning a language. It's just like, you can find all this stuff on Google. If you just look up the language name plus IPA, Wikipedia on Google, you will find for every language the IPA. Now learning how to use it can take some work. I'm not going to explain that in this video because it's way complicated, but if you're interested in checking it out, it's totally worth it. Okay. Plane number 50. Now I think what we're going to do is we're going to head down to Manhattan. And we're going to end this video, talk a little bit more. I'm going to end this video with like showing you guys one of my favorite sweets from China though. It's called Bing Far. It's from a little place in China. Well, it's from Sichuan and Guizhou, two provinces on sort of central western China. A little bit towards the south. But you actually can barely find it like in many places in the US. And I found it here in New York the other day, which just like blew my mind. So I gotta show you guys. Let's go.
然后我的驾照它是跟着西瓜卡，就是跟着身份证的。
There is a train approaching the station. Please stand away from the platform edge.
First rule of riding the subway, don't crowd at the place where you come down, walk down, and get an open spot.
This is the last stop on this train. Everyone, please leave the train. Thank you for riding with MTA New York City Transit. Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
I pulled my pants down, held my fingers, went like this. I said, oh, no, I'm not slipping in it. I put my clothes on and left. I said, I'm not doing you. It's
That guy was fucking crazy. New York City subway, every day a different game. So bad news is the place I was going to go to is closed. New York also has all this cool outdoor seating, which has kind of been instated since COVID, and I think it's here to stay, which is really cool. Yeah, bad news. I spent $14 today, which is a lot for me, so I think I think I'm just gonna head home and eat leftovers in that case. Thanks for watching. I take that back. This place has dollar pizza. $1 is not gonna put me out of business. How's it going? How you doing? Can I do a slice of the cheese?
That's it?
That's it.
No more?
Just one, that's all for me.
Oh my god. What is that?
Ah, it's just a camera.
Camera?
Yeah, just film it. It doesn't look like camera, right?
Yeah.
It looks like one of those like things that you right, yeah, for COVID or yeah. No, it's a camera. It's just so like small and discreet.
How much that one?
What's that?
How much?
How much? It's like $300.
300?
Yeah. You from New York?
Where are you from?
I'm from Colorado.
Korea Island?
Colorado.
Korea Island.
Colorado. Denver.
Denver?
Yeah. You live in Coney Island? Is this your shop? Your shop?
What is that?
Like your pizza shop here?
No.
You work here? How
I
long
have
you been
work,
here?
my friend.
What's that?
I have work.
How long have you been working here? How many years?
Almost 1 year.
Almost 1 year, nice. There's a lot of wounds. Still $1. Be honest, do you like the dollar pizza?
Yeah, like
It does the job, right?
slow, not too fast. Very smooth.
Cool. Thank you, brother. Have a good one. We're gonna enjoy this just how it's meant to be done, on the side of the street, just like everything else we've eaten. It was nice. See, that's the thing with New Yorkers. People say they're rude. You just gotta be a little bit, I don't think he was originally from New York. I couldn't really tell. But you just gotta be like a little, not pushy, just like firm back to them. They're a little bit firm and in your face. He didn't seem friendly right as I walked in, right? That normal kind of friendly. But once I just kind of talked to him and pushed back a little bit, he was like, oh, this guy's cool. Ooh, look at that. The $1 slice. This is actually my first time eating the $1 slice. That was $1 pizza.